tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. Dropping knowledge in the studio, you already know.
Blackman Renaissance, we back again. I want to start off by saying thank you for everybody who's been listening, subscribing, sharing. The last episode with Brother Musa, it seems like you guys are really liking that, so I'm definitely going to be bringing you more interviews like that. But
that's my brother there. I love.
Yeah, that's the brother. That's the brother, man. Shout out to the nation. You know, yeah, man. But we back again with Hakeem Bello, and we were sitting here having a conversation the other day. There's a few things I want to talk about, but the main topic is it hard for women to date regular earning men after dating higher earning men? So that's the topic. But I want to start off with Dallas, Texas, at that brother's restaurant. So if you've been living under a rock, or if you haven't been paying your telephone bill and your phone been off and you're just getting it back on now, please play your telephone bill. But anyway, at a restaurant in Dallas, Texas, a black-owned restaurant owned by a black man, there was footage of him chastising or reprimanding patrons at his restaurant. Now, they were mostly black women, and he was reprimanding them because they were standing on top of his furniture and twerking and having their hands all over the glass and just doing all kinds of unsavory stuff. And there was a lot of talk about, hey, you know what? You know, just the way he said it, he shouldn't have said it like that. And because he did come out and said, hey, you know what? If you don't like it, get the fuck out.
I didn't see nothing wrong with that.
Oh, neither did I.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing wrong with that.
And you know, did you see that there was a restaurant in Atlanta owned by a black woman, and she told her guests, like, yeah, feel free to twerk here and this and that and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But my thinking is, the reason why it happened because they showed the footage, and I think he had to talk to the people a few times before he came out and said that. He was nice about it. He was like, "Hey, listen, blah 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 blah." I mean, there wasn't any audio, but you could see clearly he went up to them and said, "Hey, boom boom." They were not listening. At that point, what are you supposed to do? This is your company. This is you. Imagine you working in corporate America, or blue collar. You save your money, and you're able to open up a restaurant, and you're opening up a restaurant to empower your community, but having a place for your community to go and to enjoy themselves and feel like they're at home. But I feel like certain people take it too far. Now, this is the thing. I love black women. I want to start off by saying that, because sometimes people might listen to what I say and kind of misconstrue it and say, hey, do you like black? I love black women. Black women support my businesses. Black women, I love black women. But in that instance, I feel like they got too comfortable and just everything else was out the window. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you 100%, broski. You see the thing is from this point, and I don't think they seen for where he wants to go at, and I want to clearly say this. I'm gonna try to be very quick with my point. Not every black person is the same. I want to point that out. You have ghetto blacks, you have middle class blacks, you have upper class blacks. Correct?
Yes, I agree.
Now, he wanted to have an upscale black restaurants for upscale black people, or clearly just black people in general. Because you want to know something? A person who comes with that idea, seeing something that was going on in the market, seeing that we're getting disrespected at other restaurants, and he wanted to do something that was official for people who wants to spend good money. Now, here's the issue will come now.
That's great. You said I didn't even look at it from that perspective. But
look, you see what I'm saying? And this is what I thought about this, and I love that because you want to know something. I like to go to Ruth Chris. I like to go to Benny Hannes as well. Listen here, he said something that a lot of people overlooked as well. He said, "Hey, I make sure the men come here with respect. I don't allow them to wear their pants sagging in his ass." Remember when he said that?
Yep.
Peep this. We need spaces like that for us, but that doesn't mean we need women to come in there and twerk. White folks, no matter how raunchy the situation is, they know how to compose themselves in an upscale place.
Remember, you and I were having a conversation. I was listening to the Kevin Samuels show. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. And there was an Ethiopian girl that called up to the show, and she was speaking on the matter, on the topic at hand. And she was saying that, oh, that's just the culture. So then he goes, what do you mean by that? And then she started like cowering and trying to like get around it because it got very uncomfortable for her. But basically, Black American Black culture, Black female culture. and she just got quiet, and she just cowered because I guess she felt like, I'm saying something wrong. But it is what it is. It's like you see it sometimes. It's like you go to certain places and certain songs start playing, and that is cool. But there's a time and a place for everything. When you're at an upscale restaurant, that's not the place for it. When you're at a house party, when you're at the club, yeah. But when you're at somebody's restaurant, and honestly, I just felt like they said, fuck them. This is a black man, it's a black restaurant. We don't care. Because at Benny Hannes, they wouldn't have done that.
You would have thrown out.
If they were at Wolfgang Steakhouse, they wouldn't have done it. If they were at Salt Bay's restaurant, they wouldn't have done that. No. Because it's a black man's establishment, and he's coming up to them, oh, how dare this black man say this and that to me, blah, 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 blah. You do not respect the man's establishment because he's black. It's a black man. It's the same thing like there's a lady that, that was at my job, and it's funny because at one point we were cool. I would see her from time to time, say what's up. I would go out of my way and say, hey, what's going on? So one day, I think it was an election day, I get to work, and I realize that not all the doors are open. Only one set of doors is open. So I'm kind of like flustered because I'm like, damn, like why do I have to go all the way around to the other side of the building? So now when I get to the other side of the building, I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? And she goes, oh, well, those doors are closed, but these doors are open. Like fuck out of here. She didn't say it like that, but she might as well have said it like that. She was just like, yo, like, yeah, the other doors are open, but these doors are open. And come to find out, I guess they had tight security because they were afraid about what might transpire from the election results. But then I was like, because I remember speaking to you, I spoke to you about it, and I'm like, yo, like,
yep,
like, yo, like, this lady's treating me like trash because I'm black. Like it hurt her to have to come to speak to a black man and explain herself. Like, ugh. And I was just like, I'm thinking to myself, like, if this was a white man, would she have acted the same way? And now the answer is no.
No, it goes back to statements and comments we've constantly made where, you have a lot of black women do things with impunity. They do things with no sense of recourse or no sense of blowback for what might transpire. And that's a lot of acceptance of dysfunctionality in our society. And they can do no wrong and we can't say nothing. The fact of the matter is us even talking about black women in any shape, form, or fashion, if it's not positive, it's an issue.
Oh yeah, you hate black women. You hate me. Your mom is black. You must be gay.
You know what I mean? But when you look at a video, or you look at any other videos and you see when people start acting crazy, okay, clearly it was a black woman in that video who just out of nowhere got up, got on the wall, started twerking, pow, 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 body, 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 body. And listen, everybody else was just turning their heads, eating their food. It was like, oh, snap, what's going on? The men there wasn't twerking. The men there wasn't rocking or bopping their heads. They was just looking like, okay, yeah, this about to. But you know what I mean? She was able to do that because they know nobody ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
But
And
when
then,
somebody did,
and then when he does say something, oh, how dare he say that? Because towards the end of the video, somebody was like, "Oh, I want to get my check," and I'm like, you would rather leave because this man is standing up for his business than for you to be here and act like a civilized patron and enjoy yourself. Like I don't understand it. It's like, yo, all you got to do is, yo, come, enjoy the food, enjoy the ambiance, leave a nice tip, and leave. But it's like, oh, you know what? If I can't sit here, if I can't get on this man's couch and dirty it up, I don't want to be here. It's like a lot of, and I don't want to say black women. I just said those women in that restaurant did not want to take accountability. And that is sad. Like, this is a black man who's employing his sons, probably employing his daughters, his aunts, employing other black people. And you're like, fuck this man's business. That's not right. That's not right. And you know what? Woman, if you're in a position like that, yo, I know women say, hey, you should always build another woman's crown up. Yo, but listen, do not be afraid to go to your sister if you call yourself, if it's a sisterhood. Don't be afraid to go up to your sister and say, hey, sis, you're bugging out right now. Hey, sis, can you just slow your roll down? Hey, sis, you're making me look bad. You're making us look bad. There's nothing wrong with saying that. If that's really your quote-unquote sister, do that. Because if that was my quote-unquote brother, I'm going to take my brother to the side and say, yo, hey, brother, man, hey, listen, boom, boom, boom.
No, for the
respect the black man's business. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Respect the black man's business, man. That's not right. It's not right. That's not right. Yeah. What else is going on this week? What else is going on this week?
I'm not. We got a couple black men going to jail. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh man, you know what's new? I mean, let me no. All right, so is it the white man's fault or is it the rapper's fault?
Oh, it's the rapper's fault all day. Listen. You're the master of your own destiny. You're the master of your own destiny. You're talking to a former. You know what I mean? Can I curse here?
It depends on how far you're gonna go.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying to the point that I just want to, because I try not to curse, but I just want to, because I gotta say it like how the young boys say it. You feel me?
It's all about context. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You're talking to a former street nigga, a former gang member. You know what I mean? I got the gang tattoo still tatted on me. You know what I mean? I come from a block. I was involved in robberies, scamming. You know what I mean? Before scamming was even cool. You know what I mean? Caught my first case at 14, 15. You know what I mean? And at that time, me being an older man now, at that time, all that was on my own volition. Nobody forced me to do that. You're capable enough to make decisions on your own. Now, here's the thing. There's a caveat to that. There's certain positions where you're placed in a situation where you fall into certain traps, or you got certain people who are grooming that. But for me, speaking to me, I come from a good family. I wanted to be a street nigga. You know what I mean? This is just the same way with a lot of these other guys. You know what I mean? Especially when you start to dig and see who these guys' mothers and fathers are, you can say, nah, they wanted to do that. So I don't feel sorry for none of these guys. You know what I mean? These guys are indicted on racketeering charges, fraud cases. You know what I mean? It's all about your decision making.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think accountability is a very, very big issue within the community. It's like, we always want to blame this and that. We want to blame the powers that be. And sometimes, hey, you know what? You just made bad decisions. And, it's up to you to own up to them. You can't sit here and blame it on this person or that person, or try to act as if you don't know what was going on at the time. We're grown ass men. Like, I remember having a conversation with an older gentleman one time, and they were saying that if they got jammed up in something, that they partook in, they would sing like the bird. And I'm like, bro, I can't respect that. We grown ass men. Like, you know what you're getting into. So at the end of the day, if I'm going out here and doing some dumb shit and I get caught up, I have to eat that. I gotta take that on the chin. Cause at the end of the day, listen, I'm a grown ass man. I knew what I was getting into before I got into it, and while I was doing it. So, hey, I gotta take the consequences that come with it. I can't sit here. I get jammed up, and then try to pin it on the next person, or try to get the next person jammed up to get less time or absolve myself of any responsibility. No, at the end of the day, listen, I did what I did. I said what I said, like as they say, I said what I said, I did what I did. So you know what? I gotta take that. I gotta take that. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. Even to the point if, let's say for instance, somebody's a street nigga, right?
Right.
You hanging with him.
Right.
He does something hot, you go to prison. Whose fault is that, him or yours?
That's my fault.
Point example. You knew what he was about. You have to accept what comes behind that. I tell people that all the time. You knew what people were about. You got to accept what comes behind that. Now, we're in a day and age where technology is so fluent. If you want to learn something, you can go right online and learn. You can learn right from wrong easy. You can Google right from wrong to tell you right from wrong.
Listen,
if you don't understand that,
I'm a grown ass man. We're both nearing our 40s. So this is the thing. If I know this dude is doing all kinds of crazy shit on the streets, look, you're not gonna catch me in a car with him. You're not gonna catch me in a spot with him, probably, unless it's like maybe it's downtown, a neutral spot. But you're not gonna catch me in the hood with him because you know what? I know this man has static, and that static can make its way towards me. It could trickle down to me.
Yeah, basically.
I wouldn't want my daughters messing with no street dude, because I know the street dude out here, there's certain things that come with that. There's certain things that come with him being in that element that can get to her. Like, hey, listen, if he's out here in the streets and he has ops, as they say it, and let's say they can't get to him, they see my daughter that they connected to. Hey, you know what? Let's get his girl. So a lot of these women out here that want the street dude, just know that street shit come with street niggas.
Preach.
That's what it is. Street shit come with street niggas, and you have to be able to accept that. If you cannot accept that, then you know what? If you cannot accept the fact that, hey, this guy might be dead or he might be in prison, then do not take that. But a lot of times, women like the street dude because of just the emotional roller coaster, if you will. It might be the gifts of just that lifestyle. She might be living like a vanilla life, very, very mundane lifestyle, very lame or bland, as you want to call it, vanilla. And this guy just brings that excitement, that it factor, that wow, that shock, that just kind of like gives her a jolt. But she's not really thinking of it logically. She's caught up in her emotion. Oh, I feel a certain type of way. And then next thing you know, she's in the car, and then those bullets start flying. And that's when you want to act stupid.
Ooh, I could tell you about a story.
Yeah.
About a young girl who I know, R.P. Khadijah. Pretty skinny young girl, had one child. She worked at Starbucks. She was with a dude in a car, 4 blocks away from the Pokemon projects. Mind you, she was picking up somebody. They're in the car. He had ops. They come spray the car up. She died. He lived.
And then her baby's out here without a mother.
They didn't even have enough to. They didn't have enough to even bury her. They had to do a GoFundMe, if I could recall.
Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say? Real nice person. This is the thing. Like, you got to understand, when you put yourself in these type of positions, or you associate yourself with these type of positions. But hey, when you're stuck in poverty, these people make these type of decisions.
Yeah, man, and it's unfortunate, but there's consequences that come with these actions, man. You make these decisions and you have to live with them, for better or for worse. And like I said, street shit comes with street niggas, and you have to accept that before you even start dealing with them. If you're not ready to deal with that, then be gone. Go get you Point Dexter. This I don't understand. What's wrong with the regular guy? What's wrong with the regular guy that goes to work, comes home, he might have his little business, he might be an auto mechanic, get his own little auto body shop. What's wrong with that man? What's wrong with that man? Why is it the dope boy, the jack boys, like, these women love these men and then want to be crying at what are you crying for at his funeral? What are you crying for? You knew that's what might come, with dealing with this dude. Death, jail, a whole bunch of other shit. Like, listen, accept that. If he dies, he dies. If he gets locked up, hey, you know what? You go see him every weekend. That's it. But accept that. Because as men, we accept things. Hey, you know what? I'm about to get into this. You know what? Okay, boom. I get caught. This is if he stand up. I get caught. I gotta deal with that. You as a woman have to understand, hey, when you're dealing with that element, certain things might happen, and you have to deal with that. That's it. Don't cry about it, baby. You know what time it was. Ride or die. That's all it is.
For real.
But let's get into the main topic. Is it hard for women to date regular earning men after dating higher earning men? That was a great segue, because we were just talking about the street cats and this and that. But I don't know, what's your take on that?
There's been a focal point that I've been thinking about for a long time, and for me, I think that it's
let's start with why that came into your mind.
Because it always came to me, because I knew somebody, a personal friend of mine, I'm not gonna mention, who dated somebody with money. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that particular person, they was with that person for quite some time, and that particular person had kids with them, and that particular person got up and left, and it was like, hey, this wasn't any fun anymore, and got up and left. So now, me being friends with that person, I'm constantly hearing that person say, hey, it's not a good selection of dudes out here. And then I'm saying to myself, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it's thousands of cats out here. But then it reflected in my mind, oh, you're looking for the guy that's making 100 to 200,000, like the guy you was dealing with, because when he left, he took the BMW, and that he just left you a house. You know what I mean? Now you have to go to work and stuff like that. So it dawned on me, and I'm saying, hey, did you price yourself out the market? Or did you or did you overvalue yourself?
Yeah.
Let's be honest about it. Listen, I'm about to say something real controversial, and a lot of people are not going to like it. Your value is based on the man who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with a boss or you're dealing with $1 million type dude, you consider the $1 million type woman. Once you remove that dude away from you, who are you? Unless you get your own money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you like Madam C.J. Walker, and she ain't never had no man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She had to adopt her child. I didn't even know that she was even married, right?
Yeah, I don't even think she. I don't know. I don't think she ever got married. Actually.
Yeah. And people, I'm not talking bad about Madam C.J. Walker. I'm using that as a reference point. She's a pillar in our community, and you know what I mean. But I'm just using that as an example. You know what I mean? Like, listen, name any of the chicks that get money today that we know who are known for getting money, and name or they're married, not who's smashing them. Name if they're married, or name the chicks who dated baller type cats if they're with anybody today.
Oh man.
You see, you can't listen. Nikki went and had got her a street dude.
Yeah, I think she went and got a dude that she can control.
No. It's not only that she could control. She understand what she understand her value. Let me tell you something. You remove the money from her. Her and that dude are perfect couples. People just have a problem because she has money.
Yeah.
The way her mentality is built, the way she is as a person, she was supposed to be with like somebody like Mr. Petty.
Oh, because because of the environment she's from. No, well, not the environment, but just her mindset.
Basically, her mindset.
Yeah.
So she priced herself accordingly.
I can see that.
Yeah, she priced herself accordingly. I never had no issue with that. I said, whoa, she actually got with somebody who she was supposed to be with. Because let me tell you something. How is it that she was in numerous relationships with guys who had money? They said princes wanted to talk to her, but nobody wanted to marry her.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody wanted to marry her. Listen, we a lot of you women prop these women up as statues, but who's marrying these guys? And don't say we're insecure. How are you going to say somebody who has money is insecure of your strength? So that's the point that I'm getting. You know what I mean? To the point where like, are you assessing the value, or do you feel like since the man you previously with set a label on you, do you still carry that same label to your next relationship? Or you think you can find somebody similar or adequate enough, or maybe comparable, I never used that word before, to what you was dealing with before? Because if you can't bear kids and you don't have youth on your side, what type of man could you get if you had a baller type guy?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It all depends on what the guy's looking for. If the guy is, looking to start a family, then you know what, she might not be the one. It all depends on what the guy's looking for. If he's just sitting here, he doesn't want no kids, or he already has kids, and he's just, just wants a companion to go on trips with and this and that, then hey, she might be the perfect candidate.
Yeah, basically, you know what I mean? Basically, but that's left onto a man depending on where his mindset is at. Now, mind you, our brothers, when we get money, we level up. When we don't have money, we'll accept anybody. Isn't that true?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's different compared to certain white guys. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A white guy will go marry a 60-year-old woman. White guys tend to do that. They tend to might go for somebody their age, or you have a lot of them who might date younger. But comparably, we see a lot of white guys who have money tend to date women their age, right?
I don't know. They usually date younger.
But I've seen certain situations where, okay, take Robert De Niro for an example.
Yeah.
He's with that black woman, right?
Okay.
She's around his age.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was using that as an example. I'm talking about for brothers like us. You have a person like Michael Jordan. Who is his wife dating?
I mean, if she is dating somebody, we're not going to know about it. She's not the.
We're not, but you're not, like, your husband was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
A $1 billion dude. What $1 billion dude is gonna marry you if you wasn't with him from the gate?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's gonna be kind of hard for her because it's like, yo, look, like he's left an imprint. Like you're the former Mrs. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
How do you follow up? Now you look at Scottie Pippen's wife. She done left and got her some young NBA dude. Like, cause like back to the main question, that's the lifestyle she's used to. She's used to living a high life. So she's like, hey, I can't get no regular dude.
But
found her a young NBA dude.
But look how she looked though.
Oh yeah. Listen, you know, if you listen as a woman, if you are highly attractive, you get more bites at the apple than the regular woman.
Yeah.
You know, you could be 50 years old, but hey, if you still look good, if you still look bad, you know, you'll probably be able to get snatch you a younger dude that has money because you know you look good, you're a status symbol. On top of that, hey, listen, I'm a young NBA dude. I got Scottie Pippen's wife. Like that, those are bragging points. Now he's messing with her. Does that necessarily mean he's going to marry her?
No. They're just having fun. But his wife recently just filed for a divorce. His wife.
Yeah.
The young guys who she talking to, his wife just filed for divorce.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So, but the point of the fact is, like, you can't play the same rules men can play in a sense. You know what I mean? And a lot has to do with time. And this is the thing but the whole point of my whole thing about wanting to talk about this is like being able to accept regular men. You're going to have to go back to what you was used to getting before you was Michael Jordan's wife, before you want to know something? I want to say God bless the dead, and I want to bring her up for an example because I think she needs to be talked in what men should not do to women like this. You know who I'm about to mention. Do you have a feeling who I'm about to mention?
No.
Kim Porter.
Okay, yeah.
In her prime, she was one of the most beautifulest models. Am I wrong?
Yeah, go ahead.
In her prime, she had a baby from I'll Be Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Right.
I'll Be Sure didn't marry her.
Yeah.
Puffy Getter, in her prime,
yeah,
had 2 beautiful daughters with her.
Oh, and a son.
And a son, yeah. 2 beautiful daughters and a son. So you practically just let her know you had 3 kids with her. So you practically just let her know, like, hey, you are, like, she's attached to you now. You feel me?
Right.
Because 2 or more kids with one person, you looked at somebody's wife, but you didn't even marry her.
Right.
She died alone.
I wouldn't necessarily say she died
Hold
alone.
on, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where did they find her at?
Where'd they find her?
She died in the house by herself.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nobody was by her bedside. Nobody was this and that. If he would have married her, and if she would have noticed that you wasn't going to get what you was going to get and got you a regular person, life would have been, she probably would still be living by now.
Yeah, but that goes back to the main topic at hand.
What's wrong with regular guy?
Yeah, how is it possible to date a regular guy when you used to dating stars?
You have to remove a little bit of that mentality that you was given with that. You know who did that? Cassie. Cassie went her and got her a regular white boy. Put some respect on his name. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who this guy is.
That's the point.
Yeah.
She woke up. Bro,
yeah.
Within that first year, she had a baby and a ring. You dealing with Puff. He had you for 10. He had her locked in for 10 years. After the smoke was clear, you know it wasn't going nowhere. What you did, you want to know why? She was smart enough to know, hey, these dudes with money want a certain type of people. Let me go here and get me a regular person. This podcast is advocating for regular men, women. Don't shortchange your life by thinking you're gonna win. If he didn't put a ring on it, get you somebody who work at Quick Creek.
But at the same time, too, we're talking about this. If you're a woman that's used to dating regular guys, I know they have all these level up channels and this and that. Listen, stay in your lane, because your lane is regular people, it's regular guys. So stick to that. Don't just don't go out thinking that, oh, now I've been watching these channels, I can level up and get a dude that's making six figures. Because the question is, why would the guy that's making six figures want you? What? And this is what a lot of women don't understand. This is a dating market. This is a dating market. I can pick what I want. You know what I'm saying? And the guys that are doing well financially, they have their pick of the litter. They can say, hey, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. They don't have to pick you because you say so. You got to go compete for the guy like that. Because the guy, listen, statistically, there's more black women than black men. There's 2 million more black women than black men. So if every black woman got a black man, listen, there will still be more black women for that black man. So it's like, if you're going to snatch this guy who's a catch off of the market, what about you is going to make him want to say, hey, you know what? I want to pick her and I want to stay with her. Like, I feel like a lot of women are like, oh, I don't got to compete for no man. I'm me. He's, what are you getting? Oh, he's getting what I got right here. Like, okay. That comes standard. Like on every car, you get brakes. That comes standard. On every woman, what's between your legs comes standard. So it's like, what bells and whistles do you have that makes that man want to say, hey, you know what? She's the one. It's a market out here. If I go, listen, I don't know where all right. So, you used to live in Boston. So, and Brighton, they have like the auto mile. They have like all the car dealerships in the central area, right?
Yep.
There's got to be a spot in Miami like that, right?
Yeah, there actually is. It's on 62nd and 32nd Avenue.
All right, so they have a few dealerships.
Oh, you talking about dealerships, not auto body parts?
No, dealerships.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's so many here. I can't even. There's like strips. The clear one I know is in Miami. Is in Miami Gardens.
But it's a strip, right?
Yeah, it's like one strip full of car dealerships. 57th Avenue.
Okay, so boom, 57th Avenue. So on 57th Avenue, you can go to the Honda dealership, or you can go to the Beamer dealership, or you can go to
Chevy,
the Audi dealership. So listen, the guy that has money can go to any one of those dealerships because you know what? His money is good. His credit is good. He got A1 credit. He can go to any one of these dealerships and get a car. Now, you, as the dealer, you as the car salesman, you got to go out there and wow him and say, hey, no, you should come to me and this is what I could do for you. And listen, because he's the one with the money. He's the one in that position to choose, to pick. You're on the market. You're one of those cars. So you're like, hey, pick me. You're the car salesman. Pick me. So what about you? What about your product? The product that is you is going to make that man want to say, hey, you know what? You're the best product for me. And I think a lot of women don't have that mindset coming into it. They're just like, hey, I'm me. And he just have to accept me for who I am. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. If that man is on his shit, if he's on his grind and he has his shit together, he can pick whatever he wants. Why should he pick you? That's the question. And if you're used to dealing with regular dudes, what's all this level up and all this talk about? Because you know what? This is the thing. In the streets, if there's a woman known for dealing with like the highest level of drug dealers, or this woman is known for dealing with, you know, just the CEOs, CFOs, and dudes in the corporate world. A regular dude seeing that's gonna say, hey, you know what, she's not in my lane. See, men we know our lane. So we'll say, hey, you know what, that's not for us. But women will think, oh, I can go up there, I can go up there, I can go up there. And it's like, no, you're not. Especially, listen, if out of high school, you're just dating a regular dude down the street, and your dating history is just dating regular dudes, you can't just automatically one day say, hey, I'm gonna get me a rich guy. Because the rich guy's you're gonna want to know your history, whoever you dated. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. But men tell men the actual fact. Women tell women, girl, you can reach for the stars.
Yeah, see, I hate that bullshit, man. I was having a conversation with my sister the other week, and I hated all that manifest and speak it into existence. Girl, you can get whatever you want. Girls, stop lying to yourselves. Women, stop lying to yourselves and stop lying to your friends. Stop telling her she's beautiful when she's just average. Stop that shit. Please stop that shit. Because you're doing more damage to her.
100.
You're damaging her psyche. You're making her feel like she's on 20 when she's on 8. You know what I'm saying? Like you're making her feel like she's a 10 when she's at level 2. And it's like, yo, listen. Instead of telling your girl, hey, accept the fact that you're at level 2 and work to try to get to a 5, you're gonna try to tell her, no, girl, you were 10. So now you're hyping her head up, and the world is not giving her the results of a 10. The world is giving her the results of a 2, and she's wondering why she's not getting the results of a 10. Because her homegirl's sitting in line to her every day. Oh, girl, you the best. You like, nah, man. Be honest. Don't be brutal. But yo, don't sit here and lie to your homegirl. No, keep it a buck with her. Because men, we keep it a buck with each other. Come on. They'll be like, yo, come on, man.
Oh, fact. We always tell, if somebody come to us with something, what do we tell them? Hey, fam, you're going to have to do the work, fam.
Yeah.
We'll never sugarcoat it like, I could see you getting into that, but fam, you're going to have to do the work, fam.
Right, facts.
You know what I mean? Like, we never give you no cookie cutter, pie in the sky type response. Niggas, oh, you know what I mean? Only time we be like, boy, you looking good, boy, but fam, you trying to do that though? You gonna have to put in the work, fam.
Right. Because men are more realistic. See, men are more logical. See, women are more emotional. So women know how to play on each other's emotions, and just to appease her. That's what you do to babies. That's what you do to babies. That's what you do to little kids. You know what? Okay, they're crying. Okay, let's make them happy. Let's say something, or just give them something to pacify them. Stop pacifying your girlfriends. And fellas, stop being simps and stop pacifying these women. Listen, it's real life out here. And they have to accept the fact that this is real life. Because as men, we have to accept real life. We have to accept, okay, this is where I'm at right now. I'm not there. I can get there, but I have to do the work. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself and say, yeah, I'm there. No, because the world is going to let me know, nah, you're not there. When I go to that car dealership, they're going to say, hey, listen, man, yeah, you can't get this Maserati. Yeah, you can't get this Bugatti. You know what I'm saying? You can sit here and fool the world. You can go probably, rent an exotic car and put up pictures for the gram and this and that, which a lot of these dudes are doing. Your favorite rapper, he's capping. I want you to know that. Your favorite rapper is capping. Am I lying?
Nigga, I support that message. 100%.
Your favorite rapper is cap. He's all cap. He's big cap.
80% of the dudes you love are broke.
Listen, wasn't they getting on? Who were they getting on for having a fake watch one time on the award show? Was it
Ace Hood?
It was Ace.
Hey, the watch broke. The watch broke in midair. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then he assembled it back. Oh, no, it's good.
And was getting on Bad Weezy for the PJ?
Yeah, he went. Which most people do. You can go take pictures in front of planes and sit inside the plane. Just pay $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So a lot of these people that you see here, A lot of these Fashion Nova girls, their whole life is cap. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the real story behind it. You don't know the dudes that are behind these places that they're staying at. They go to these hotels. You don't know what man paid for that hotel. These trips, you don't know what man or men have paid for these trips. You don't know what type. You don't know if they're on secret arrangements. You know, if they're sugar babies. You don't know.
Most of them are sugar babies, hired prostitutes. Stop!
Yeah.
Don't sugarcoat it for them. They're hired prostitutes.
Yes. 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 That is true. So a lot of these girls, and they kind of mess up the game for the younger girls coming into the dating scene, because now they're like, okay, I have to aspire to live to this standard, and they're not understanding that this standard that's being set is not even real life. It's just carefully curated content to make it seem like this person is living his lifestyle. It's carefully curated to make it seem like this woman is living this fabulous lifestyle. She's in these penthouses, and you know, a lot of these shits are Airbnbs. You know,
yeah, that's the new thing now.
Yeah, Airbnbs. You know, but if you go look at their real life, they probably live over here. Yeah, you know, she moved to. You know, a lot of these girls are moving to LA. So yeah, she's in LA, but trust me, she's probably living
in the Airbnb
on a mattress somewhere. She don't even got foundation for the bed. She's living on a mattress. But you sitting here and you looking at her Instagram, and it's like, damn, you know, oh wow. That shorty's probably living from check to check, hoping to see who's gonna pay for her cell phone bill. You know what I mean? You know, looking to see, okay, boom, like, okay, when am I gonna meet my next sugar daddy? But you're sitting here looking like, damn, like, boom, 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 like, it's okay to live a regular life. My sister, 21 years old, about to be 22 years old in a few months, just graduated from a program. She's a nursing assistant. Just living a regular life. She's enjoying it. Like, stop that. Woman, it's okay to live regular lives. It's okay to deal with regular guys.
Definitely. Men, we deal with regular women, don't we?
Yeah.
Half the dudes who got money married girls you never even heard from. You never even seen them before. They're not famous. They you know, they scooped them up from some small town, locked in. She don't even have a care to know none of you suckers.
Yo, you're the one that was telling me that what's that guy's name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon married a bartender.
She's from Miami. She's from here. Married her, met her at a bar here in Miami, married her just like that.
I was out with this woman the other week, and I was telling her, I said, yo, men do not really care about women's finance. We don't really care about your career. A dude will date a woman at the Burger King drive-thru just as long as she has, you know, a jovial disposition, just as long as she has a perky attitude, and she makes him feel like a man. Case in point, I used to live in Brooklyn. It's like almost 10 years ago. And I went to go get breakfast or brunch one day at this Dominican spot, Puerto Rican spot, or whatever. And I get there, I make my order. So now I'm sitting there waiting. 10 minutes goes by, 15, 20, 30. And then the lady at the front is like, wow, she realized, oh, damn, he didn't get his food yet. She comes up to me, starts rubbing my hand. Baby, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. Now, I was heated. But, yo, once she started rubbing my hand and she pacified me real quick, I was good. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? Okay, boom. I know they're late with the food, but she just made me feel good at that moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, back to the main point, if the woman works at Dunkin' Donuts or wherever, but she just has that know-how of knowing how to treat a man and please a man, she's gonna go further than a chick with the master's degree who has straight masculine energy.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's gonna go further, and then a woman will be like, well, she has nothing. How does she have a man? Why is she married? Because you know what, men see, women always talk about love and love and love and love and love, but understand this, ladies. Men want love too, but love is different for us. Love is respect. We want respect. Respect to us is love. So if you can show a man that you respect him, and that respect is all encompassing. Respect means respecting his mind. Respect means just respecting him, respecting his time. If a guy makes time for you, let's say, hey, listen, we're gonna meet at such and such restaurant at 9 p.m. on Friday. Listen, there's no reason as to why you shouldn't be there by 8:40 p.m. That's
I agree with you.
that's if he's not picking you up. You know what? There's no reason as to why you can't be there 8:30, 8:40. There on time, well dressed, and having a nice just a jovial disposition, because this man invited you, so we're guessing that he's going to pay. So that men want respect, and if a man feels like he has your respect, a man will bust his ass to make you feel happy. That's all we want. All we want is respect. And you give us that, we will give you whatever we can. We will sweat our ass off. We will die trying to make you happy, just as long as you respect us. And women don't understand that. And I feel like a lot of women don't understand it because they weren't raised with fathers in the house, or they didn't really have good relationships with the father, even if the father was there. But ladies, that's the cheat code. Men want respect. If you respect a man will die trying to please you. That's what it is. But even the regular guy, listen, you want these guys with all this money, so he can sit here and give you this lifestyle that you probably can't even give yourself. I remember listening to an interview with Wale, and Wale said Wale doesn't want to date a broke chick. He wants to date a chick that can pay her own way. If he says, hey, listen, let's meet up in Australia, in Sydney, Australia next week, he wants to know that, you can buy your own ticket, because he wants to know that you're there for him and not his money. I respect that. But at the same time, too, it's kind of hard, because a lot of times, and I've come to realize this, that if you're in a 50-50 relationship as a man, a lot of times a woman won't respect you, because she's gonna look at it as, hey, we're partners. We're 50-50 in this. So that's when you get the whole let's schedule sex, let's schedule a date night and this and that, as opposed to, hey, listen, this man is taking care of all the bills. He's making sure that there's food in my stomach, there's a roof over my head, my kids are good, my kids don't have nothing to worry about. Listen, that's sex on demand. She already knows. You don't think the Spanish lady that was the Puerto Rican lady that was at the restaurant that was rubbing my hand, you don't think with her man she pleases him when he wants? You got to be out of your mind. She knows in order for my man to be happy, and in order for me to get these things out of my man, I have to please him. You got to be crazy. That's just what it is. Respect the man.
100%.
You know what I mean? But like I said, I just come to that conclusion that, hey, listen, I can't do 50-50. I can't. Because 50-50 is not going to give me the respect that I need. It's going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm an equal partner in this. So, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm like, as a man, I got to get myself together to the point where I know I can take care of a woman. It could be 70-30. It might not be a full 100%, but I can pay 70% of the bills, because at that point in time, you're a leader, and she's going to respect you more than the person that's going 50-50 with you. I'm not trying to argue with a woman. I'm not trying to get into none of that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a man. I want the woman to treat me like the man that I am, so I could treat her like the woman that she is proclaiming to be, or not proclaiming to be, but she's exemplifying. Boom. But that's what it is. But overall, when it comes to is it harder? Yeah, it is harder for women who've dated higher earning men to date regular men. But at some point they're gonna need to have some type of therapy or whatever. But you gotta get off your high horse. You have to get yourself out of that mindset and be able to date a regular dude, or you're just gonna be out here by yourself. It's cool. It's cool if you can afford that lifestyle by yourself. If you can take care of yourself, cool. That's good. But you have to understand there's only a certain percentage of the population of men who earn these astronomical figures that you guys want. Guys earning, black men earning 80,000, not 15% of the population.
Yeah.
So it's like, what about you that makes this 15%, this slight number, this minority want to mess with you? That's the question.
That's something that I think a lot of people are going to have to sit and answer themselves. But when they come to the realization and you understand, if you understand who you are as a person and what you're capable of, or if you understand your value as a person, then you can market yourself better in the dating market. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
And because men, here's the thing. I'm not sitting here running around trying to holler at supermodels. I'll be crazy to do that.
See, but neither am I, because we both know our lane. We both know our lane. I know I can't take care of a supermodel. Supermodel, first of all, supermodel is making her own money. She's probably making high six figures. If she's not making $1 million, she's making high six figures or mid six figures. And at this point, you can't compete with that. And as a man, as a regular earning man, and don't let your listen. Do not let your ego, as a man, do not let your ego fuck you up. Do not let your ego place you in a position that you shouldn't be in, all because you're trying to prove your manhood.
Basically,
do not do that.
And that goes for men as well, because you know what I mean, men, women, you know what I mean, because you got a lot of dudes who lose a lot of money. And
that's the point I was talking about the men. I was talking about the men. Do not let your ego place you in a position, a fucked up position that you shouldn't be in. Like, understand what you can do and deal with the woman who can respect that. Listen, if you're making $70,000, deal with a woman that can respect that you make $70,000.
Basically. Or get with a woman who you know is gonna be unapologetic, discerning, enthusiastic, supportive, and who's gonna love you. Because don't get me wrong, I think even as men, we get caught into our own visual ideas of what type of woman we want. And I was very clear about what I said, visual ideas. When actual that the visual aspect of a woman is important to us, but it's not tangible when it comes to making a life. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's far from tangible. And you know what I mean? It makes us feel like, yo, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? She's bad, but she can't cook. She can't, you know what I mean?
She can't cook.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You getting you a Cardi B.
She's not maternal. She's not motherly. Like, she's not maternal. You know, yeah, man. So, you know, there's this, but, you know, I think a lot of guys, we miss the red flags. Like, it's certain things you want to see. You want to see, okay, boom, how is she with kids? So take her around kids. Hey, you know what? My sisters and them are having a baby shower or some kids party, whatever. Or if you know your friends have kids and they're having a situation, bring her over because you want to see how is she with the kids. Bring her around your family because you listen. women, this is one thing I learned about women can sniff out bullshit from other women. So if you bring a woman to your mother and your sisters and them, they can sniff out the bullshit. They can tell you, hey, listen, man, you know what? She cool, but don't fuck with her like that. I don't heard stories of mothers telling their sons, hey, you know what? Yeah, don't fuck with her like that. Okay, even if they had kids with the woman. Oh yeah, you got kids with her? Yeah, take care of your kid, but don't mess with her on that level. Don't mess with her. She's nothing but headaches. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. But you know what I mean? Hey, when this is why this is why you need a man in every child's life so we can avoid these type of things. You know what I'm saying? We can avoid people getting priced out the market, overvalue and undervalue in the market, because you do have those type of things. You know what I mean? This is why you got girls selling their bodies and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but that's always gonna happen. That's
yeah.
Women selling their body is probably one of the oldest professions in the world, and
So,
that's always going to happen. Listen, and I've been saying this for years. There's women that have known since elementary school and middle school that, yo, she's pretty. And people have told her that she's pretty, she's pretty, she's pretty. So she got to a point where, you know, she's pretty. You got guys getting her free snacks in middle school and this and that. So she grows up, she gets into high school and dudes are doing this and that. Dudes want to pick her up from the house and drive her to school. She realizes that, oh, you know, this beauty I have is currency. So let me use that. This woman and this woman that realized, hey, what's between my legs is currency. Men are willing to pay or do what damn near whatever it is. How many stories have I seen where the girl has convinced this dude to go kill her parents? You're like, damn, he really did that goofy shit? Yeah. Because you know what? He wanted that affection from a woman, and he wanted what she had to offer. And she was saying, hey, listen, if you do this, you can get this. And he valued that so much that he was willing to throw his life away. Some women come to that realization that, hey, what I have, whether it be my looks, you know, whether it be facial, body, or both, they realize that, hey, you know what? This is marketable. I can monetize this in some form. And they go ahead and do that. And some guys are just that misinformed. Some guys are just have, you know, low self-esteem. They just don't really have any type of information or knowledge of self, knowledge of the game. They're just really game goofy out here. See, that's what it is. A lot of guys are game goofy. When you're game goofy, you get yourself in situations you shouldn't be in because you're just not knowledgeable of. You haven't been outside. You haven't been off the porch. A lot of these dudes are sheltered. They come from, they listen, first of all, a lot of these dudes come from situations where there's no dad in the house. It's just mom. So they come from these situations where it's a matriarchal society, and they worship a woman. So to the point where a woman can do no wrong. Women are sugar and spice and everything nice, and she can't do no wrong. Listen, there's a lot of dudes, and we call them simps, but they, in every sense of the term, they are simps. They're just weak men that they don't believe that women can do any type of wrong. And it's like, how dare you talk to her that way? Now, she could be the biggest bitch out there, and he's just so game goofy, have no knowledge of the ways of certain women, you know, that he's just like, she can do no wrong. She can cut his whole face up. And she was just going through a tough time. Listen, stop that goofy shit, man. Love yourself some more. You know, get some good male figures in your life. You know what I'm saying? And get you some real woman around you that are going to put some game up on your ass, man. You need some. And this is life. In life, you need game, period. You need game. You know, whatever. Listen, you want to be a mechanic. You got to go to a mechanic school. You either got to go to mechanic school or you be an apprentice under a master mechanic. Same thing with being an electrician, a plumber. You need game. these people gonna give you game. You just don't just enter the world with no type of game, because you know what? You're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall, you're gonna keep stumbling and falling, and you're gonna have to learn the hard way. They say a hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? Young men, you coming out here in this world, get some dudes out here that have some knowledge of the ways of the land, and they could put you up on some game. Don't come out here just being dumb and goofy, and you just out here. Listen, Jay-Z said one of his famous lines. I love this line. It said, "Like I told you," he said, "Like I told you, sell crack." Nah, Hove did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. He said, "Listen, I did this bullshit, and I'm giving you the game, so you don't have to go through it." And that's one thing I like about Jay, because Jay consistently throughout his discography has laid out game from Can I Live to HOVA to Izzo. Like, yo, it's game, man, but you need game up under your ass, because if you don't have no game up under your ass is going to be hurt out here. And women will see that you're game goofy out here. Listen, I didn't know this, but they're saying that women out here having sex at like 13, 14, that's, on average out here. So women are out here. Women are out here. They hitting the pavement way before the average kid is, the average guy. So listen, by the time you turn 18, she already got 4 or 5 years in the game. She know how to read everything. This dude out here, he a novice. He's an easy lick. Boom, I'm gonna get this nigga. You don't know nothing. So now you get hurt, you all crying and whoa. Listen, I done been there. I done been heartbroken. Yeah, I cried for like a month or two. You feel what I'm saying? But listen, that's just what it is. That's what it is. It's like, yo, get some game up under your ass. Go holler at your uncle. Go holler at your older cousins. Then go holler at your daddy. Get some game up under your ass, man. That's all I gotta say on that, man.
For real, and seek some therapy. And that's all I gotta say on that.
Yeah. But yo, man, listen, man. I love it. You guys are listening, subscribing. Listen, my man Hakeem Bello, he got
you
his
already know.
Chaos Culture Radio. Listen.
Subscribe to both of our shit.
Subscribe to
Blackman Renaissance.
Man. Yeah.
And Chaos Culture Radio, we taking over for the 99.
99 in the 2000.
Yeah.
Plus 20.
You already know.
Hey, listen.
Gang.
Hey, don't be twerking on these people's couches, man.
Nope.
We out.
Peace. Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.